What's up? Happy Monday. We're going to go through some bets. So I pulled up my screen right here. Again, in these videos, I'm just showing you what I'm betting on. So I use PrizePicks, Underdog Fantasy, a lot of the main sports books. And I've explained this before, but it's obviously a big benefit. It's really important. Very basic information, but you want to have as many of these sports books as possible. Like you can see Sleeper tonight, they're giving you Scherzer's strikeout line. They're giving you a discount of 4 strikeouts. So if you didn't bet this, you should bet it. It's really good. But you can see I locked in. I just paired him with Glasnow under, which is actually a play I'm on a few different sports books. But anyways, obviously Scherzer over 3.5 is a no-brainer promo. So just you want to have as many books as possible. All these books have cool promos. A lot of them offer deposit matches, stuff like that. So the more books you have, the more promos there's going to be. And all these books have different lines. Ooh, bang. We got a CFL play. So we got a Canadian Football League play. So this play is beautiful. So again, the market's always moving. Lines are coming out. It's a little slow. We don't have the WNBA today. That's not something I ever thought I'd say. But we don't have the WNBA today. So we're going to be betting on esports, Canadian football, really wherever we can find value. I've explained this before, but so we want the Blue Bombers minus 6.5 on the spread. Canadian Football League. I've explained this before, but I'm just showing you guys what I'm putting my own money on. But more importantly, where I'm finding value. If there's value in the CFL, I'll bet on the CFL. So Fliff has a max bet size of 250. So you'll basically always notice I'm playing things on Fliff for $250. So anyways, you got to move quickly. I previously was a trader. You'll probably realize some of these really good lines, they're not going to last forever. So you want to get in on them as quick as possible. So this is a play I just locked in on Fliff. And again, a lot of people don't, maybe it doesn't click initially. It didn't click for me, but sports betting is really all about the data, right? All of these books have invested millions of dollars in their ability to set lines. They have better data feeds than you have. They have better models than you have. They literally all have full-time employees, watching their lines, kind of moving things around. So long story short, the way you're going to beat them isn't by creating your own model. The way you're going to beat them is by finding these inefficiencies in the market since all books set lines independently. So you can see Pinnacle, which is known to be one of the smartest or sharpest sports books. They've been moving lines, it looks like, towards the Blue Bombers, right? They've moved the spread from minus 109. They've ripped it all the way down to minus 127. So lines are moving towards the Blue Bombers. Maybe there was a lineup change, right? Maybe sharp action came in. I mean, I don't know. I've explained before, but a lot of people don't understand why lines move. And you got to remember, all this stuff is moving around lines. So you'll often see, look at this guy commenting on automated alerts. But what I was going to say is you'll see Underdog Fantasy. They have this whatever. They release when teams release their official starting lineups. They have an automated Twitter. So you'll see oftentimes really good bets show up as these, starting lineups are dropped, right? Because imagine the Cardinals, they have an updated starting lineup. Whoever's pitching against the Cardinals, his line probably moved for strikeouts or for pitching outs, right? All this stuff is new information in the market that moves around lines, kind of the price of a stock or whatever changes when earnings comes out and kind of crap like that. But anyways, we got to play on Fliff, so that's pretty cool. You can see all these books are data points. These sports books, whatever. Caesars is pricing this at minus 137. They've also been ripping lines towards the Blue Bombers, but all these books set lines independently. So they all have to adjust lines. Fliff hasn't updated. You can see their line has been at minus 110 this whole time when all the other books are ripping lines towards the Blue Bombers. So that seems like a pretty good play. But anyways, let's hit some PrizePicks plays. Wow. So we got some good plays on PrizePicks. A lot of CSGO lines just dropped. And again, like, OddsJam doesn't really do anything complicated. A lot of people, if you're just getting started sports betting, the fantasy optimizer, for example, which is a really good tool for PrizePicks, all it's doing is showing you discrepancies, inefficiencies, however you want to think about it in the market. So if you look at this player, Xanatrees, right? You look at this guy, Underdog or PrizePicks has his line at 46. The other sports books, they're all data points. We treat them all as data points. Have this guy's line at 43.5 kills, right? Like 1, 2, 3, right? 3 other sports books are pricing his line at 43.5. So again, this is really data-driven sports betting, right? Like all the other sports books pricing it at 43.5, and OddsJam is not doing anything super complicated. All it's doing is reading in these tens of thousands of lines from PrizePicks, Underdog, all these sports books, Fliff, whatever, and pointing out value in the market, right? Which obviously will make you a better sports bettor if you're finding value. Nobody wins every day, but if you're finding value and getting an edge, then you're going to win long-term, right? It's about having a long-term focus. And again, what's crazy about sports betting is you think about the stock market, like E-Trade, Fidelity, Robinhood, they all have the price of Facebook at 306.19. The market is efficient, right? Whereas in sports betting, all these books set lines independently, and sometimes they screw up big time, right? Like big time. And you can see PrizePicks is screwing up here. All the other books pricing this line at 43.5. PrizePicks with their line at 46. It's like, what are you guys doing? I don't know, but we're going to take the under. So anyways, we got some more plays we can go with. So the next play we want to go with is Pip W over 35. And again, let's find some plays. So we can go to Forrester over 36. So if we look at this Forrester player, let's get rid of him. So if we look at this Forrester player, I mean, we're taking an over here. Underdog Fantasy got the line at 38.5, right? Exactly as OddsJam says. It's literally just reading in all this crap. So you can see there's some discrepancies. Underdog has the line at 38.5. SportsBattle's at 37. JockMKT's at 38. But again, it's pretty clear PrizePicks has their line too high relative to the other data points in the market. So that seems like a pretty good play to go with. So we got some more esports plays. Again, I'm trying to move quickly. The best betting opportunities, they're not going to last forever. So just trying to move quickly, kind of find some plays we like. So how about Debo, not Debo Samuel, Debo on the CSGO team, KS, to go under 37.5 kills. Underdog Fantasy has his line at 35, right? So finding value in the market. And again, on PrizePicks, you generally want to play some 5-pick entries, 5 or 6-pick flex plays. And that type of stuff is important because if you look at Underdog Fantasy, just as an example, if you look at Underdog Fantasy, they're giving you a 6x payout for these 3-pick entries. Any 3-pick entry you create, you're getting a 6x payout, whereas PrizePicks, they only give you a 5x payout for these 3-pick entries. So that's why you'll never see me place these 3-pick entries on PrizePicks because they're crappy, right? They're giving you a horrible payout, right? So anyways, let's go ahead. Let's take this next play, SimKey, and literally following the data. I'm not going to create a better model than PrizePicks or Underdog Fantasy. Literally their full-time job. These are billion-dollar companies. You're not just going to outsmart them. It's not the way you win. The way you win is by finding these inefficiencies in the market. And we got a lot of plays, a lot of inefficiencies, a lot of discrepancies in esports. I mean, these books, they can't manage their lines. There's no other way to put it. You think about the MLB, it's easier for books, right? There's less games. Whereas in esports, I mean, Underdog Fantasy has tens of thousands of lines available. These books can't keep everything in check. So they screw up, and them screwing up is opportunity for us as sharp bettors. Dang. So they already moved this play on Debo. So we're going to have to find another play. Got rid of that play on Debo. So we still got 4 picks, and we need one more. We're trying to go with a 4-pick entry. What do we want to go with? So maybe we take I mean, this play is pretty sexy. JW on eyeballers, under 11 headshots. Underdog Fantasy, right? As well as SportsBattle. So we have two other data points, making us, a little more confident that PrizePicks has their line moved. Again, I'm trying to move quick. We literally just saw PrizePicks move a line on me. So let's move here, and we want under 11 headshots. Anything from the same game? No, we're looking good. So then we can just go ahead, lock it in, follow in the data, and we got 5 picks with an edge, right? Like all the money I've won on PrizePicks, I mean, all following the data, stuff like that. Got my Corona. So hopefully you guys are able to tail this play, and then we'll find some more plays, right? Like sports betting, like you want to place as many bets per day as possible. I've explained this before, but like you look at Underdog Fantasy, the max bet size for esports is $100. If I try to bet 500, they say no. You're only able to put $100 per entry. So even if you're super profitable on Underdog and can find a couple sharp picks, doesn't really matter, right? You need to place volume because these books have max betting limits. It's kind of like if you're a great poker player, you don't go to the table, play one hand, and leave. If you have an edge, you want to place as many bets as possible so you can win long term. So again, the more platforms you have, the better. Jock Market is a good one. You can see there's a ton of esports value. Slacks this guy's line, like here, Jock Market's the one screwing up, right? They have this guy's line at 42, and literally every other book's at 39. So clear value on the under. In this case, it's on Jock Market. But I just kind of bounce around. I mean, I use all these different platforms. It's pretty simple. Whatever book has a really good promo. So if we go back to Sleeper, right? Sleeper's the one running a really good promo today. So like, obviously, I'm going to take the free money on Sleeper. It's actually pretty hard to find value on Sleeper in general. Like you can see, it's all red on the OddsJam Fantasy Optimizer. There's not a ton of value on Sleeper. But I mean, again, like I started with $100 in Sleeper. I literally have never bet on anything on Sleeper aside from promos. I can't see where my balance is. Kind of stupid. But it looks like I'm at $308.60. So I'm at $308, all just from taking advantage of these no-brainer promos. So again, like even if you don't want to play a ton on a sports book, they all offer these new user sign-up bonuses. And again, like you never know where the value is going to be. Sometimes Fliff is screwing up big time on a given day. Sometimes it's FanDuel. You can see there's actually some really good bets on FanDuel. But what sucks is I don't have access to FanDuel. It's not legal in California where I currently am. So that sucks. But again, like you can see there's some good bets on FanDuel. Sometimes it's these kind of random markets. So the Sounders FC over 1.5 team total MLS play. I mean, it's 6 days away, which kind of sucks. You're getting plus 106 odds on FanDuel on their team total over. Other books pricing it around minus 115, whatever. And again, like, that's why you want to have more books. But another benefit is, you can see some of these games are like a lot of soccer actually value right now. Some of these games are like, 6 days away. But in general, when we're betting on PrizePicks, Underdog Fantasy, Esports, stuff like that, like all these games are within the next 24 hours. So what's crazy about sports betting is for most sports, your ROI is daily, right? And what I mean by that is like we're betting on sports that are going on today, right? So even if you just have like a 2% ROI on your bets, right? You're betting every day. So over the course of a month, 30 days in a month, that's a 60% ROI. That's why you can make a lot of money sports betting, because if you have an edge, your earnings compound very, very quickly. So that's kind of the power of, having an edge in sports betting. You can see there's a ton of discrepancies on Jock Market right now. I don't think they know how to manage their esports lines at all. But anyways, so really, like most of these plays aren't profitable, right? Most of these plays, there's not discrepancies, but esports lines just dropped. And it's pretty clear like Underdog Fantasy and PrizePicks have no idea how to manage their lines or these other platforms, right? You look at this player, I have no idea how to pronounce that. And I don't care. It's all about the data, right? Like Underdog has his line at 38.5. literally every other book. I mean, you can see it right here. They all have this guy's line at 36.5, right? 35.5, 35.5, or 36. So it's, that's how you get an edge. Like, you don't have to win every bet on these platforms to make money. You just have to, win enough that you turn a profit. And the easiest way to do that is by finding these plays in the market where you actually have an edge. So let's go to my next play, which will be Karabeni over 36.5. Other books have his line at 39.5 or 38. I mean, like here. So like in general, I don't really like to play these plays as much, where there's only two books posting lines. Because here it's like we found a line discrepancy between Underdog Fantasy and ParlayPlay. But what's better about this play is there's literally 4 other sports books all telling you the same thing. Yo, this guy's line, Krabini, his line should be higher at 38 to 39.5. So we have higher confidence that Underdog Fantasy screwing up. They have their line too low at 36.5. Whereas these plays, there's a discrepancy, but who's wrong, who's right is a little more complicated. Wow, there are a lot of plays out there right now. So Zordy under 39.5, and maybe this is our final play on Underdog Fantasy. A lot of CSGO tomorrow. And again, I'm just betting where I'm finding value. You can tail it, you cannot tail it. We got some CSGO plays. Never watched CSGO in my life. Doesn't matter. It's all about the data. Literally. These books, you could watch every single CSGO line game. They're going to be better at pricing these lines than you. They have better data feeds, better everything. So anyways, we'll lock in these 3 plays if you want to tail. So a lot of value in CSGO in general right now. Boom. So we'll go ahead. We'll hit that. 3-pick entry on Underdog Fantasy. Again, Underdog Fantasy gives you a 6x payout. PrizePicks kind of, they only give you a 5x payout. So it kind of matters which platform, how many picks you're taking, stuff like that. And we have a bunch of videos kind of on that type of stuff. But anyways, so we can go here. We can go to Hot Streak. So Hot Streak's a kind of cool platform. A lot of people don't like it, I feel like. But, we cashed a huge entry yesterday. And again, just betting where there's value. So did I cash 2? I actually cashed 2 picks yesterday. I cashed this one, 200 to 972. And then I cashed this one, 200 to 728. So a lot of value on Hot Streak in general. And again, a lot of people, I like PrizePicks better. It's I like making money better. So, wow, you can see there's some plays on Hot Streak as well. You could play both of these. It's very similar concept, right? Same strategy with everything. You're looking for value. You're looking for an edge. You Darvish under 17.5 outs. Other books are pricing this around plus 110. Hot Streaks plus 130. These other books are data points telling you where the line should be set. You can pull up line movement charts, whatever. But it's clear plus 130 is solid value. OddsJam's, reading in all these lines, all this different crap. OddsJam's just reading it in, saying, hey, lines are moving. Here, there's some value on this sports book. Here, there's some value on this sports book. And you can put in all the sports books you use on the positive EV tool, whatever. But you can see there's some decent plays on Hot Streak. But anyways, what should we look at? So maybe we go back to PrizePicks. PrizePicks popular. Why not? So Xantries, I mean, a lot of these same plays available. Anyways, we could play another on Underdog Fantasy. Again, Underdog Fantasy, only $100 max bet size on Esports. But regardless, we locked in this. Anyways, I'll call this live stream for now. Hopefully it was helpful. I'll probably be back on live later once I get some food. But just wanted to go through, hit some plays on PrizePicks, Underdog, where, well, there was some value. Hopefully some of you were able to tail it if you wanted to tail them. And thanks so much for your time.